Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play Atramentum VR. Atramentum VR is a VR game on the Steam store for the HTC Vive. It normally retails for $199. I can confirm this works perfectly fine on the Oculus Rift. I got this on sale for $119. Atramentum VR is kind of hard to describe. I guess the best way to describe it is a horror puzzle game. But it's not really a puzzle game. I mean, there are puzzles for you to solve to advance, but it feels more like a horror walking simulator or a horror experience than a full-blown puzzle game or an escape room. It's really not those things. It's really more about atmosphere and some light puzzles. I really like this game. I had lots of fun, but it is very limited in content. You can basically finish this game in 15 minutes. It did, however, take me 30 minutes, and that's because I had trouble on the last puzzle. And the last puzzle, I was stumped for like maybe 5 minutes, maybe. But I was more stumped on the actual execution of the last puzzle. Once we get to that, you'll know what I mean. But I really enjoyed the atmosphere, the tension. There's not many jump scares or stuff like that. It's more about building up tension. You're not exactly sure what's going on. You hear weird stuff going on around you. You see some weird stuff happening, and you're not exactly sure what to do. For example, this first puzzle, which, by the way, this video has spoilers, so if you don't want to get any spoilers, you should stop watching. However, I tried to minimize the spoilers to the bare minimum. So I edited this video a lot to hide the good puzzles. So the only ones I'm showing are the bad puzzles. So or in other words, the easy ones. So I thought this one was rather easy, and I didn't think there was much to it, so I left it here in full. I'm not even sure how you start the event. It might just be the clock on the wall that after some time expires, you finally start getting the clues of what numbers you should put, and finally I saw the red blood numbers on the wall, which unfortunately I guess I wasn't looking the right direction, and you never clearly see it on the video, but I guess that's good. Leave some suspense for you guys to solve that first puzzle, and then you're not sure what to do. Like, what should I do? Where should I go? You just hear some creepy sounds, so you go investigate, and you see this letter, and you're about to read it and say, oh, what does this say? And that was scary. Unfortunately, I don't think I was ever looking the correct direction, so you might want to play this game 2 or 3 times just to see everything going on, because sometimes stuff will happen and you'll miss out on it if you're not looking the right way, or you'll be like, what was that? I wasn't sure exactly what's going on. Because this game is $199, I can recommend it, even though it's very limited in content. I think it's one of the better horror experiences in VR. But yeah, it's something that even if you're not a puzzle fan, I don't think these puzzles will stump you. Although that last puzzle might. Like I said, it only stumped me for a few minutes, but then the last part happened. That was probably the worst part of the experience, which we'll get to that in a moment. So overall, I did have a pleasant experience, and I'm gonna go ahead and rate this game a 6.5 out of 10. And again, you have to realize what this game is and what it isn't. Obviously, the visuals are not the best. However, I think they're good enough. I think they're functional. So not the most realistic graphics, not the best textures, but it works. When you're in VR, it works. You have a feeling that you're there, and you have the tension overall of, where am I? What am I doing? What's going on? Where are all these creepy stuff going on around me. And there's a really good scary scene that I edited out of the video because I wanted to save it for y'all. So don't worry if you're watching my video, you are gonna miss the best parts because I edited out the best parts from the video. So there's a really good part here that I totally edited out. And this is actually the last puzzle room, so you can blow by this game pretty quick, although again I've been editing out lots of material. So again, the playthrough will probably take you 15 to 20 minutes unless you're like me and you have struggled big time with the last puzzle element of this puzzle. It wasn't that it was hard to solve, it was just it took me a while just to steady my hands, and I'll show that when it's coming up. But yeah, I was stumped here. I wasn't sure what to do until I tried something that, you know, doesn't make a lot of logical sense, but in puzzle games it's something that you do just because I've seen it in other puzzle games. I went ahead and did that. That's the only clue I'll give. But yeah, it took me a while to figure out what exactly should I be doing to get the hint to be able to get past. Once you get the hint though, once you do the right thing here, the rest of the puzzles are easy as far as solving them, but the execution though for the last part is pretty difficult. And it's probably the least favorite part of this experience for me. I did not enjoy this last puzzle element, although I did like solving this puzzle. So the actual solving it I enjoyed, because I did have to look around, notice things, and when I noticed something that it finally made easy. This is the part I didn't like. I failed so many times at this. This was literally took me longer than all other parts of the game. My actual video is like over 30 minutes long, even though the whole puzzle shouldn't take you longer than 15 minutes. So I took longer on this than I did on every other part of the game, and finally I was able to get it. But yeah, you can see that happens a lot. Expect failure. I think I finally figured out how to grab it properly, so it was easier to pass this instrument through those wires and those balls without touching them. So I think it's just a matter of grabbing it properly and then just being able to twist your hand and just go slow and steady. I finally figured it out. It took me longer than it should have, but because of this puzzle element, I do recommend a full room scale setup. I don't think you can pass this part without a room scale setup, because your tracking has to be good for this part. Luckily I do have a room scale setup. So again, I did have fun. I did enjoy this game. It ended abruptly here though. I didn't like that, but I did have fun. I do recommend it for $1.99. I think it's a great deal, and I got it on sale for $1.19, so I think I got a hell of a deal. Again, 6.5 out of 10. This is a good horror atmosphere game. I'm Fast Lawyer. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.